Football Show with your boy Big Phil. Hopefully, all had a food and football holiday weekend. Really great stuff, man. Got a chance to eat your favorite foods and all that. Watch some great football. Things are shaping up to be a really great stretch run here. Please hit the like button. Real quick. Here's another I told you so. And I'm sorry that this is an I told you so. By the way, I'll do the good and bad here. I did it in the last hour, and I'll do it here. Congratulations to Devonta Smith. 1,000 yards. Eagles have two guys over 1K. First time in team history. Fantastic. It really is. But again, here's one thing we've got to always remember. You were drafted in the first round. I'm thanking you for doing your job. But I said he wouldn't. He got there. 3 Alabama wideouts now. Mari Cooper, this dude here, and Jalen Waddle is a weapon. Jalen Waddle is a weapon. He's a weapon. Dude, no disrespect to Devonta Smith. He ain't that guy. That guy's spectacular. He's spectacular, Jalen Waddle. And this is really, I told you so kind of thing. It's time to shut this thing down with Tua. Concussion protocol, again. You can't build your team around two things. An injured quarterback or a dual threat guy. Tua is, he's been injured the last 5 years. I don't ever remember Tagovailoa not being injured. It's a darn shame. People rooting for him? I'm rooting for him. Come on, man. How many concussions can you have in a year? 5? 5? Right? Smitty's Megatron. I don't think so, guy. Let's not go nutty here. It's time for the Dolphins and the NFL to shut that thing down. It's time for that to go down. It's over. I mean, come on, man. You want something catastrophic? You know. Can I tell you before we move on to the MVP race, top 10 NFL teams, a little bit more on the Eagles and Cowboys. The only time that the concussion issue is going to be taken serious by the league and by the advertisers and the networks is when someone is killed on the field. That's the only time this is going to make a factor. You know how all the time we see those crazy guys when they go into malls and they shoot it up and people start talking about gun control? That's what this is going to be. It's going to be like one of those kind of conversations one day. Head trauma. Because now we just talk about it. Nothing gets done. And the owners kind of just brush it off, keep it in courts. They don't care. Shit, they're waiting for all the players in the past to die so they don't have to pay anybody. They don't care. Shit, Jerry Jones 2 years ago was telling you, football, we haven't proven that it causes CTE. Really, Jerry? Okay. The only time that we're going to see something significant by the league and by people in Congress is when someone's killed on the field. It's going to have to be something dramatic like that. Then we start talking about gun control, all that. Sad but true, I know. That it would have to get to that level because the 32 owners don't want to address it. I completely agree. Sad. And see, some would say, Sills, are you being over dramatic, but the way you're saying it? No, I have no other avenue what to say on how you would handle concussions. Someone's got to die, or someone, if they die on the field, God forbid, is the only time something will happen. Alf, me too. Me too. Me too. Underline here. Let's go back a little bit more before we get to The MVP race in the top 10 teams in the NFL. By the way, I think you're going to be very disappointed where I have the Eagles as the top 10 teams. I didn't come away from that Cowboy loss going like this to you guys. The Cowboys are better. On the contrary, I thought Dallas eked it out. You see them doing victory laps and all that shit? Okay, if the Philadelphia Eagles don't turn the ball over 4 times, I think they blow them out. I think the Eagles could have blew them out. I do. Dan, are the Eagles overrated? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are the Eagles overrated? Are you kidding me? You know what's overrated? Micah Parsons. That kid Diggs in the secondary. For the Cowboys, he's not that good, dude. CeeDee Lamb was better than I thought, but Jonathan Gannon made him look like that. Soft-ass zones, running for free. And by the way, like I said in the first hour, TJ Edwards blows in pass coverage. He blows. Terrible. Travis goes, Dan, the Vikings are frauds. Hey, dude, I've never seen more of a cardiac team in my life than Minnesota. You know, one week you're watching them play. They got to come back from 33. Then the next week they're OT. You're like, Jesus, man. That team, I don't know. Is it good coaching? The players? Their defense is not very good. Here's the Big Sil's top 10 NFL teams. Number 10, I got the Giants. Brian Daboll has done such a good job. By the way, that kid, Kayvon Thibodeau, who you'll see in the final game of the regular season, he's a player. Thibodeau can play. Barkley has had a really good year. I think the Giants have a decision to make. I still think they should probably try to go after Derek Carr or maybe Garoppolo in the offseason. But if Dimes Jones gets the Giants into the playoffs, I mean, I don't know how you look at it, but at least Brian Daboll got the most out of a first-round draft choice, and you could always let him loose by saying, he's just not the guy for us. We're going to move on from him. But he won. And so it doesn't make the pick look as – how about this? The Dimes Jones pick. Okay, I'm not going to say it's Carson Wentz because Wentz was a factor in the 17 Super Bowl. I don't care how you look at that thing. Giants get Minshew. Look, man, I'm going to say this to you. I think Gardner Minshew could play in a lot of places. But am I building my team around him? I'm not sure. You know? I'd like to give him a year, though. You know what? You know, Marcus Mariota getting that year down in Atlanta. I'd like to see if he can take a year and, you know, I mean, Brock Purdy has to be opening people's eyes in San Francisco. 9, the Ravens. Boy, John Harbaugh, in my opinion, is a better coach than his brother Jim. And Jim's name's being brought up again for potential NFL jobs. He's got a great record, 44-19-1. Does Jim Harbaugh when he coached the 49ers? But John Harbaugh's done a great job with that football team. He's a heck of a football coach. One of the most underrated coaches in the league. The Chargers, Brandon Staley saved his job. You see him butt kissing after the game, giving a game ball to Dean Spanos. Holy cow. You talk about kissing your boss's ass. He knew his job was on the line. Justin Herbert is sensational. That kid is sensational. When you got Mike Williams and Keenan Allen as your wideouts and Austin Eckler in the backfield, and now you're going to get that left tackle back, I'll tell you what, man, look out. And you're getting Joey Bosa back on the other side of the football to Khalil Mack. I'm going to say something to you, man. The Chargers look pretty good. That's a football team getting – watch this. The Chargers are getting healthier, and the Eagles – are having injuries. Who would you rather be right now? Getting healthy or not being healthy. King Poodle goes, Bolts are one and done. Well, if you don't have Jalen Hurts or Lane Johnson or Devonta Maddox, I think the Eagles are too. I got the Vikings at 7. I've been pushing them up between 7 and 8. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Keenan goes 13-2. You ain't a 13-2 team without Lane Johnson, Jalen Hurts, and Devonta Maddox. You're not 13. You're not a 13-2 team. You'd get waxed by the Niners today. Or the Bengals. Waxed. That Eagle team, if they took on the Bills or any of the upper echelon teams, would get waxed without the players that no CJ, no Maddox, no Lane. I got the Cowboys at 6. I came out of that Eagle game doing this. Okay. Congratulations. I guess. Hey, the Jags look like a pretty good football team now, don't they? That loss wasn't as devastating. Hey, by the way, that Jags team that the Eagles played back then to the team that is right now, completely different ball team. What, do you think the Jags are the same team that you beat? They're not. Here's your top 5 teams. So the Big Sil's top 5. Giants at 10, Ravens 9, Chargers 8, Vikings 7, Cowboys 6. Here's your top 5. I got the Eagles at 5. Not because they're not good, because you're hurt. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Fully healthy, are you the best team in the league? One of 2. But without your guys, you're the 5th best team in the league right now. You can't lose Lane Johnson, some of these other significant losses you've had, and tell me you think you're still the best team in the league. You're not. Watch this. Jack Driscoll is the same as Lane. He's the same. No drop-off. Keenan goes, bad take. We have 2 guys hurt. No. Your left tackle's been playing hurt all year. Your right tackle's out now. Maybe for the remainder of the year. Your safety, it seems that all the shit has gone to hell when he's out. That Devonta Maddox kid. CJ's out. So you think missing a future Hall of Fame football player is no significant matter? I got the Chiefs at 4. I got the Bills at 3. I got the 49ers at 2. And I think the best team in the NFL right now is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Joe Burrow's playing as good as anybody has for long. That guy's got a ton of touchdowns. Dude. And get this. He's already done shit. He's going back for more. He's going back for the chip. Can you imagine if that kid gets back to a Super Bowl in 2 years, you would have taken the Bengals to back-to-back Super Bowls and potentially winning it? This guy is putting on a show like Mahomes has. That Bengal team is steamrolling right now towards the playoffs. I think they're the hottest team in the league. I saw that, Richie. That's going to be a factor too. But remember something, Richie. Richie says that the Bengals lost their right tackle. But remember, well, hey, 5-star. They were in the Super Bowl last year. How are they trash? Your team was destroyed in the playoffs last year. I mean, you have no playoff experience except for getting killed. Burrow took the worst offensive line in NFL history to a Super Bowl a year ago. I think he'll probably be able to adapt again around it. So here are my top 10 teams as we come down the stretch here for the final 2 weeks of the season. And health does play a factor. Giants at 10, Ravens 9, Chargers 8, and they're rising. Vikings, I think they tread water. I look at them, and I look at that record, and I go like this. I don't know. 7, Cowboys 6, Eagles 5, Chiefs 4, Bills 3, Niners 2, Bengals 1. Those are your top 10 NFL teams. Today, Lane, watch this. If Lane Johnson's on that team, the Eagles are probably 2. The Eagles right now are not better than the Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, and Bengals. You're not. You're not better than those teams with your personnel situations of being where they are. You're not. This happens every year. Keenan goes, but the Eagles 5 is too low. Yeah, but know this. Here are the 5 teams, though, Keenan, that can win the Super Bowl. Any one of these 5 can win it. Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Bengals. Any one of those teams. The rest of them, watch this. Cowboys, come on. Vikings, come on. Chargers, I don't know. Ravens, no way. Giants, no way. We have 5 teams in the NFL that have now separated themselves that can win this. The Super Bowl is going to come from those 5 teams. The Super Bowl champion is going to come from those 5 teams. Bengals, 49ers, Bills, and Chiefs, and Eagles. Those 5. Those 5 teams. I think the rest of the league, right? Watch. Washington, the Giants, Seattle. Who else? The Bucks. Only, get this. Even with Brady, the Bucks, Carolina, New Orleans. Come on, man. There's 5 teams. 5 teams. Philiopolis, with the current roster you have right now, all banged up, you have no shot to beat the Niners. Not happening. Winners of 8 straight, killing teams. Your offensive coordinator putting your quarterback in harm's way in Chicago. Yeah, that's a great staff. Philadelphia has the worst situational play calling staff in the league. Between your D coordinator, allowing CeeDee Lamb to eat you alive, and then you getting your quarterback banged up. Shane Steichen's put this great offense together. Jalen Hurts is the offense. If you don't have Jalen Hurts on that team, those coaches are dog shit. You know what it looks like? Brady in New England. It does. Hey, Jalen, if the pass route's not there, take off running. That's where you missed Hurts. If Hurts plays in that game, he probably has 1 or 2 less turnovers, probably has 70, 80 yards rushing. And guess what? I think they beat the Cowboys by 10. Seals, did our wide receivers eat the Cowboys alive? That's why I said I think you guys would have won by 10 if Jalen was out there. He would have protected the ball and ran the ball. This Eagle team, again, you have to remember something. This is not like college football. The team you saw in September and the team that you saw in October, today is not the same team. I came away from Dallas doing this. Well, man, I'll tell you what, they played really well, the Eagles. And for the way Minshew played, I was okay with it. But then over the last 48 hours, when we see Lane's out, Maddox is out, I don't know what's up with Slay. There's so many things. Right now, they're not the best team in the NFC. They're not the best team.